Keep it going for Jay, Paul, and Richard. Yes! Woo! We're here! We're having fun! Yes! Yay! Excited! All right, yeah, awkward pause right there at the end. Okay, yeah. Let's keep that energy going, right? Yeah, we're here this Friday night. We're drinking beer! Right? We're having drink. Oh, I almost fell off the okay. I'm not good. I'm hammered. Okay? I've had this much beer, and we're getting crazy. That's the one thing I love about this job. We get to go out and drink with people locally. Oh my God. I was in Canada, and I was at this bar, and I'm like, hey, I want to drink what Canadians drink. I'm assuming it's syrup. And we're there, and I'm like, hey, whiskey, they've got Canadian whiskey, so I'm down, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to have what they have, and they are having red eye. Do you know what red eye is?
No.
Red eye, it's a mixture. Well, I'm going to start. I live here in Jackson. Red eye should be gravy, right? Red eye, and I've never done shots of gravy, but I'll try. Right? But red eye in Canada, it's a mixture of beer, tomato juice.
Ew.
Exactly. Ooh, you're rooting beer in a marinara. You shouldn't do that. And I'm polite. I'm a very polite person. So they told me what it was, and I had some. And I wasn't happy. And I said I didn't want any more, and they were upset. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. It's not good. Like, I'm polite, but I'm truthful. Like, it's not tasty. And they're like, well, it's a tradition. We've been drinking this for generations. Like, a tradition. I'm like, oh, so was dying from polio. But we fixed that one. You can work on this one. You don't have to mix those things. Your parents were wrong, and you can be better. All right, yeah, the lecture's over now. Okay, and I love being here, just getting out, having fun. Just a little bit about me. As I said, I am a polite person. I live here. I'm originally from Ohio.
Woo!
Yeah, woo, Ohio. Yeah. Yeah, OH. Yeah, I-O. Yeah, I left for a reason. No, I loved growing up there. It was great. I had to move here. And you know, it's different. It's like I grew up Methodist. And if you don't know what that is, it's like being a Presbyterian, but people spell it. And I got here, and I'm like, oh, you know, I want my son to grow up, you know, and have that same kind of upbringing that I did, you know, because it's good to be polite. And so we're out, and we go to church, you know, my son said, oh, you know, I love this, you know, we see the cross, the little flame, because we're on fire for God. And it worked, because he went to school, and he told his teacher that we go to the church that burns the crosses. We're Lutheran now. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of coming back from that. And the thing is, you can't just change churches. That's not an easy thing to do. You have to go out and visit other churches. And I went to one. It was out in the country, like it was a Southern Baptist, and like they did communion. It was biscuits and gravy. And I'm like, okay, like this is the kind of gravy shooting we're talking about. Like, you can learn from this, Canada. But like I couldn't stay there. Like I got there, it was a shack, and you know, and I went in, you know, people were happy and they're singing, but I didn't understand them. I'm like, oh, they're speaking in tongues. No, they're just speaking without teeth. And I'm like the only person there who wasn't blessed with the ability to speak Gummish. So I'm like, I'm going to move on this time. And so that's how I became a Lutheran. That and for the potlucks. That's a big one. And we love those. I'm married, and yeah, stunned silence is normal. Yeah, like some people are like, oh, miracles do happen. And some of the rest of them are like, he's not gay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I have a very romantic marriage. I'd like to bring that up. There's flowers, there's chocolate.
Nice.
Yeah. I buy stuff for her too. And that sounds impressive. That sounds like it's good for me. No, it just means she buys stuff that she wants for her. For me, I don't understand, but I love it. I love spending time with her. We like to go out and like do things together. Walk on the beach, hold hands. We get to talk that way. We don't go in the water because there's things in the water that eat people, like sharks. You know about that, and I think we're people. So no. But you've seen it. Like you've seen Discovery Channel. You've seen the news. Like people talk about these sharks all the time. Like it comes up like tragedy in Daytona, surfer killed by a shark. And your first thought is, hey, that was a surfer. Was it a tragedy? Yeah, it's a white guy with dreadlocks. We're not missing out on much. That's what I'm saying. Okay? Like he's not curing cancer, right? You've seen surfers. Sharks are willing to eat that. They're the Lunchables of people. Okay? They're readily available. You don't know what quality meat that is. They're covered with like a wax substance. Ew! That makes it really dangerous for someone like me. I'm delicious. I'm high quality. I'm like the Kobe beef of people. What they tell me. I'm well marbled, according to the food channel. My doctor. It's Wagyu. Some people know food. It's coming to my table. I do. Okay, yeah, so, but the thing is, every time a surfer, I'm getting excited up here. Every time a surfer gets eaten, like, people are like, hey, we need to put up a sign. Like, surfers can read, right? But they seriously, they want us to put up something to protect them. They should know. Nature lets you know. If you've seen the ocean, it does this. It's waving you off, okay? It's saying stay out. It is. If surfers still go in, that's their fault. Nature lets you know. You see the little brightly colored animals? They're the dangerous ones. Nature lets you know. It's like when you walk around and you see someone with a face tattoo. You're like, hey, they've got nothing to lose. Nature lets you know. People let you know. People are great about that. You drive around town, they've got like signs out. Like, hey, the golden arches, obesity. Signs, they let you know. But I love driving around Jackson. You see Confederate flag, you're like, hey, what trash digging? Oh, that joke's funnier up north, where we won. I love telling that joke in the South. I told that one in Birmingham, Alabama. They don't like it. I would just say do better, okay? And it is fun being married. When I got married, my wife had 2 kids from a previous marriage. I'm like, I'm gonna be a parent, and it was weird. So I became a step parent. I highly recommend being a step parent. If there's anybody in here who ever has that choice, because it costs half as much, and it's easier to break the lease. And I mean, it's a good business decision. I mean, I did rent to buy. I bought them. They're mine. At least that's what the IRS says now. I love them. They're wonderful kids. But I wasn't prepared to be a father to kids that are already able to question anything I said. And then my wife just left for a day. And like, hey, you're in charge. Like, oh dear God, this is not going to be good. And like she said that, and I'm like, okay, I've got plans for the day. I can make this work. We're going to have a blast. And I got up, the kids were still asleep. I'm like, I'm going to have breakfast ready. We're going to have fun. And I started doing stuff, and I went in to feed the pet. It was dead. What? They'd never experienced something like that before. They'd never gone to a funeral. which is a shame because I've met a lot of the family. But I'm going to have to teach these kids about death for the first time with a pet as a stepfather. This is not going to end well. I'm like, how can I push this off? You know, like I called a pet store. I'm like, hey, do you have like another guinea pig? They're like, no. I'm like, can you like staple some hamsters together? I don't know how this works. Like, where do these things come from? They're like, no. Like, I'm like, okay. And then the kids came in and they're like, oh, like Princess Beyonce's dead. I'm like, yes, he is. I'm like, yes, he. Like, don't you judge that gender, okay? So, but Michael, now I've got a problem solved. You know, what do? You know, we can't put him in the garbage disposal because it's big. So I'm like, we can bury it in the backyard and have a funeral. And the kids are like, no, we don't want to do that because we play in the backyard. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I've seen Pet Cemetery. Bad choice. Like, but what can we do? And I thought about it. What do we have? I've got some grieving kids. I've got a dead pet. I've got some wood in the garage. I've got a pond out back. We had a Viking funeral. Oh yeah, that's right. The kids got to say goodbye, and Princess Beyonce got to cross the rainbow bridge, the gates of Valhalla. Yeah. And then the HOA got some new rules. Completely worked. Oh yeah, it was a blast. One of the things with kids, and this is one of the things I've had to learn, is they follow your direction even if you don't want them to. That's a tough one. And so I've had to start getting in shape recently. And I don't like it. And it's not like I'm against working out. Like, I used to play football. I played college football. I've got the criminal record to prove it. This is Florida. That's a good joke. Okay. Okay, we're close to Georgia. It's even better. But you know, so I used to be athletic, and then I'm like, okay, I've got to lose weight, and I'm like talking to my doctor, like, oh, what are the different ways to lose weight? And he came up with some suggestions. He's like, there's groups out there like that can help you, like Overeaters Anonymous. And I'm like, we're not that anonymous. People pick us out of a crowd usually. Like it's apparent. And like, well, there's Weight Watchers. I'm like, yes, I scored the most points. I'm like the Michael Jordan. I made the rest of the team good. It's like different things, like working out. And I stress about this because you people that work out a lot, it's like you're in a cult. Like, you keep on like bouncing up to people, like telling them to do what you do. Hey, come on, join us. Everyone does it. It's creepy. Like, I had a happy little bouncy person come up to me like, hey, you interested in a 5K? It's like, no, I've got my own retirement plan. Like, no, a 5K. It's a kilometer. I said, whoa, we won the war, right? Like, this is America? Like, I don't know what a kilometer is. Like, luckily, I can look it up on a phone while standing still like God intended. And if you look at it, a kilometer is roughly 11 football fields long. 11. We can picture that because we're American, right? Like 5 kilometers. That's 54.68 football fields long. That's more than Barry Sanders ran in college. People in the high school. I don't think I'm going to do that in a morning. Yeah, it's a ridiculous concept. Like, why do that? I don't know. So I'll tell you why. And this is it. Like, I had to go like worry about getting healthy because the doctor ran tests on me. And if you've ever had tests, they give you results. And those are never fun. Because I got the test, and the doctor came in, and he's like, hey, you've got low testosterone. How about high estrogen? I'm a woman. I said, hey pal, don't you push your politics on me. Okay, this is my body, this is my choice, all right? Like, we gotta fix this. My wife is not gonna be thrilled. She's not converting, okay? And so the doctor's like, okay, we've got a choice, we can do these injections. I'm like, injections? That sounds like it's gonna be painful, I'll probably cry. And he said, we know, that's what we're trying to fix. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not going to just stand around while you come in here with these misogynistic remarks, okay, pal? I'm a proud, strong woman. And, I'm not going to stand for it. Neither will my lesbian wife, okay? So, I'm on hormone therapy. So yeah, I had to learn it from a tranny. That's the YouTube videos that they recommend now. It's like, hey, let's learn how to inject hormones for people who shouldn't have these hormones. It's like, all right. It's like using meth. I'm like, anybody should never use meth. I don't know where that was going. Okay. But yeah, like I was not expecting that. And it's been going on for a couple of years. I've been getting healthy. And then I was at the doctor like 2 months ago. And I looked at my chart because he left it open. And I saw a word that I've never seen before. It was never brought up in any of the consultations. And I looked at it and I asked him, I said, what is this? He said, no, that means you've got low testosterone. I go, you've never used this word. And I'm going to share this word because it's a scary word. It's hypogonadism. And if you understand like how words break down, hypo means little, and gonadism means I'm getting a new doctor. Because he didn't have the courage to tell me that I had. He couldn't use that word. Like you need to do better as a doctor. You're waiting until I'm on testosterone to give me a word that's going to make me mad? That's a bad choice. Yeah, you're not a good doctor if you're making choices like that. And no thank you, sir. And there's a... Okay. I stopped and everyone got like a real sudden pregnant pause. Like, what's going to happen? Did he fight his doctor? No. I'm not like that. I would not fight I'd fight somebody else's doctor. The big thing that happened though, the thing that kind of changed everything for me, the one test that the doctor ran that I was not expecting him to run, was he weighed me. And I wasn't expecting him to weigh me because I was already in the room. You're in the room and you're just like, hey, I'm here, and all the stuff you need is in the room except for the scale because that's in the hall. And so I went out to the hall and I'm like, I don't want to do this. He said, you have to. And it was one of the scales you got up and it goes and you clunk, tap, clunk. And I said, hey, let's start with most of it over here. Because that's going to save some time. And he said, no, we've got a process. I said, I don't pay you by the hour. Okay? So I got up there and I got up and we clunk and tap and tap and tap. We got to the end and nothing moved. And he just looked at me very disappointed. And so we clunked and we tapped and we clunked. And there was a lot of clunking. We're not going to go through all the clunking and tapping, but there was a lot. And people were coming out of their rooms. They're like prairie dogging out of their rooms, like, what is going on out here? And like the nurses, they're making prop bets. Like how far is this going to go? And finally, we've got a crowd, and everyone's gathered around, and we get to the number. And this is it. This is the come to Jesus moment right here, the number. We saw it. We made eye contact, just like this, right here. Everyone else, they dropped it. It was just him and me. We looked at it, and this is it, everybody. 370. No. I know. I was 10 more than a circle. some weight since then.
Yeah.
I've lost over 100 pounds. It was a lot of hard work, which is why I made the surgeon do it. But I want to let you know that's not the only way to do it. Like, there's other people that can be out there and lose weight. Like, I've got a cousin who also lost 100 pounds. And he did it a different way. Like he did it a more natural way. He focused on himself. He said, hey, you gotta feel good. You know, he got massages. He did that Chinese thing with the needles, heroin. It peels the weight right off. And it makes your teeth fall out. It's amazing. Everybody, my name is Bobby Parker.